welcome to your next video. This is Sue Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Minnesota. So this card on your PDF is called Lost Lagoon Card with Flap. And this is the flap feature. And it opens like that. I have lots of alternative ideas for you, but this was the sample that's on your PDF. So in your kit, you should have a piece of your card base, which is 7 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, so that makes our card base. The flap piece is 4 1/4 by 2, and we have scored it at 3 inches. A piece of white that goes on the inside that is 5 1/4 by 2.5, and then we've die cut this piece from the perennial postage dies. The paper I chose are these two, the pecan pie and Lost Lagoon. When I cut them, I switched the two around. So this piece, excuse me, is 5 1/4 by 2.5, and this one is 5 1/4 by 1.5. All right, let's just put our card together. Here's my bone folder. So this is already scored for you. And we're going to adhere these on here. So play around with your pattern paper. See which ones you might like. Oh, the birds would be fun. I really wanted to use the pecan pie piece on a card. So that's where I came up with this idea. And this piece goes on the other side. It's actually on the card base, but oh wait, I'm jumping ahead. Don't do that yet. Don't go along with me. Stop, stop, stop. We need to adhere our flap first. Because if you open my card here, you notice that the flap is hidden under this designer series paper. So let's fold and burnish that. And then we're going to line this up with the edge here, with the edge, let's move that out of the way, with the edge here and from top to bottom in the middle. So that's what I'm referring to in my directions in the PDF. So let's just put adhesive on the small flap and then center it top to bottom right at the edge. Now we can take our small piece of DSP. That glue should be good. And it's going to go right over the top of that flap. And there are birds in here, but I think they're going every which way. But we'll adhere that. And we're not going to adhere the white just yet because we can stamp on that. So the sentiment I've used here is, hope your birthday is wonderful. And I already have that on as block. I'm going to use Lost Lagoon, the same color as our card base. Have you heard people talking about this glass mat? It is fabulous. And I'm crooked, but I was on the back side of that anyway. So I'm not going to look at my block, I'm going to look at my stamp. My image. Oh, much better, much better. Clean that off. Now let's see, you can see here I have stamped some of the little flowers, these flowers here, and then I put the rainbow dots in the middle of those. That was stamped in Flirty Flamingo on my flowers there. I'm going to leave this one plain and not put flowers on it because I have a few ideas. I like this card, but I think it's kind of missing a focal point. I mean, you can say that the sentiment is the focal point. But here, I have die cut some flowers. I kind of wanted this to be a masculine card. So I don't know if I would like the flowers on there. I would probably change the colors, but there's an idea. Another idea is a cake. I might put that there. What do you think of that? I always notice my cards need something when I photograph them. So when I went to photograph this, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I kind of like that. Does that pecan pie look like chocolate to you? I kind of like that. All right, or my last option, using some other paper. I'll show you the paper in a minute. I fussy cut a bird on a branch. I don't know where I'd put him though. Maybe there. I think I like the cake over there. So some other ideas, you could fussy cut a bird and add just a bird to that. I did that on our Z-fold card, so I didn't want to do that again on this card. You could fussy cut some flowers. That would be pretty. Like I said, I kind of wanted this to be a masculine card. You could, this is where I fussy cut the birds from that. So that's the back side of the pecan pie. I think I'm going to use the cake and put it down in this corner. You could stamp the candle and the flame too if you want. But I think, hope your day is wonderful. What can I stamp on here? Oh, I know. Let's do this. I am just winging it. This is Make a Wish, and we're going to do it in the pecan pie. Grab a block. Perfect. Let's adhere that, and our card is done. I hope you've enjoyed this. This is my last video, so my voice is starting to go. But can you tell I like fun folds? I'm lining this right up next to that DSP because that DSP is just big enough that that white is covered. Let's add some dots. And then we will call our card done. I do have one more card I can show you. This was, I kind of like these. Little ones usually can be picked up. There we go. These are kind of subtle because they blend into that pecan pie. I dropped it, didn't I? I heard it. We're going to put it there. One more big one. Sorry, I need to look at it right ways. We're going to go there. Looks a little funny when you open it, but there's our card. So this was my first card. Again, it was a flat card. The same dimensions on the DSP layers here. And I can't remember how big this flap is, but you can just adjust the width of your flap. I really wanted to include more mini catalog products, so that's why I switched the size of my flap to fit the perennial postage die. But this was another one. You could use a couple different patterns of the DSP. So I hope you're enjoying our cards. Reach out to either Kristen or I if you have questions, and happy stamping. Have a great day.